Hey guys, it's Little Drendel here. Well, this video is late, unfortunately. I didn't have time to get it together. Um, I did say I was going to talk about some WWE related things. I'm just now today, just to kind of give you guys a briefing of what it's going to be. Is I'm not going to be doing I won't do dirt sheets, rumors, gossip, that sort of shit like other YouTubers that have done, such as Sean's View Entertainment, just to name off one. I don't want to, I'm sure there's others out there. I just don't like watching them much. But I'm just going to be doing what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my opinion on various, like whether it's the pay-per-views, shows, and that sort of thing. This topic is actually in regards to what took place last week on SmackDown Live. Was the first draft since 2011. So let's get started. Excuse me. So the first pick went to Raw. And they chose Seth Rollins, which Stephanie McMahon, Mick Foley, I can understand that. SmackDown's pick, they took Dean Ambrose. So the next pick for Raw, they chose Charlotte. It's pretty much just going to be Raw, SmackDown, mostly. So, here goes. So Seth Rollins. You know what? Screw it. We'll just do it like this. I'm gonna name off all the superstars that Raw took. So, Seth Rollins, WWE Women's Champion Charlotte, Finn Balor. So he's gonna be moving from NXT. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, The New Day, which are the WWE Tag Champs. Sami Zayn, Sasha Banks, Chris Jericho, Rusev with Lana, so the U.S. title went to Raw. Kevin Owens, Enzo and Cass, which I did see the reaction on Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan's face. They weren't exactly thrilled, but oh well. Excuse me. Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson, so two members of the club. Big Show, Nia Jax, so she comes up from NXT. Neville, Cesaro, and Sheamus. And according to this thing, they said later drafts were aired on WWE Network, so this might not be the full list. But you know what? Actually, you know what? Here we go. I take that back. So continuing with Raw picks, the Golden Truth, R-Truth and Goldust. Titus O'Neil, Paige, Bob Backlund, Darren Young, with Bob Backlund, Sin Cara, Jack Swagger, the Dudley Boys, Summer Rae, Mark Henry, Braun Strowman, Bo Dallas, the Shining Stars, which if you guys don't know who they are, it's Primo and Epico. Used to be known as the Los Matadores, among others. Alicia Fox, Dana Brooke, Curtis Axel. So, what do I think as a whole? Well, look, they chose Braun Strowman, and he seems to be the only one of the Wyatt family that was chose to go to Raw. So, apparently, the Wyatt family is now split apart. I'll go through each one individually. Seth Rollins, solid pick. I think he's a top heel. A really good heel, in my opinion. And sometimes I think he could give, my opinion only, he can give Triple H during his time as a heel, gives him a run for the money. My opinion only. And this is coming from a guy who, I'm a fan of Triple H. I liked him as a heel. I liked him as a face. I personally like Triple H better as a face, especially during his shenanigans as part of DX. Charlotte, the daughter of the dirtiest player in the game. Interesting pick, but of course, whatever works. Finn Balor. Well, nice to see him finally come up. I felt it was long overdue. Roman Reigns, And Brock Lesnar, also interesting to see. The New Day, so the tag champs go to Raw. So, and I'm going to assume, because there really hasn't been talk about, I'm sure there's been rumors and dirt sheets about another set of tag titles. As to whether that happens or not, I don't know. Sami Zayn with Kevin Owens. I really don't want to see this rival. They were supposed to end this rivalry last night. Sami Zayn won, by the way. Sasha Banks, so they're going to have the feud between Charlotte and Sasha Banks. I almost said Sammy. That's going to continue. Cool. Chris Jericho, Rusev, okay. Not bad, I guess. Big Show, we haven't seen much of him, really. Neville and Cesaro, and Sheamus. Okay. Now let's move to the next part of it. So Golden Truth sticks, Titus O'Neil. I still think Titus O'Neil should have gotten the U.S. title when he had the opportunity, but my opinion. Sin Cara, Jack Swagger, they really need to do better with him. He's been really underused, in my opinion. Summer Rae, I'm not really sure what to say to that. Mark Henry, Braun Strowman. I think Braun Strowman could make a good, could do a good feud with between Braun Strowman and Rusev. Battle of Titans, so to speak, if you get the idea. Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, okay. I don't know what to think of that. Shining Stars, I really don't know what the deal is with them guys. Ever since they had their debut, they've just been kind of... And they still kind of are. I like them better as the Matadors, because they were actually funny. Entertaining, in my opinion, to watch. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna move on to SmackDown's picks. Dean Ambrose, the WWE champ. AJ Styles. So yes, the club is split. John Cena, Randy Orton. Personally, I don't think you need to have them both together on the same pay-per-view. It's supposed to be if it's supposed to be a balance of sort. I'll get into my overall in a bit. Bray Wyatt. So again, as I said, the Wyatt family is split apart. Becky Lynch. The Miz with Maurice, Intercontinental Champion on SmackDown. Baron Corbin. Okay. American Alpha. Drafted both. That's a tag team out of NXT. Dolph Ziggler. I really don't want to see any more Baron Corbin Dolph Ziggler matches. I've had enough. Ziggler really has a lot of talent, and I think he should be used a lot better. Honestly, put the belt. If you don't put the Intercontinental, if you don't, they're not going to put the WWE title on him, but at least give him the Intercontinental title or US. Although that would probably break the balance of titles. Natalia, Alberto Del Rio. Then we move further down. The Usos, Kane, Kalisto. So yes, the Lucha Dragons are broken up or split apart. Naomi, the Ascension. So yes, the Ascension is back together after I can't remember which one. I want to say it was Connor that had to serve a suspension. Zack Ryder, who unfortunately failed to win the U.S. title last night. Apollo Crews, Alexa Bliss from NXT. Breezango, Tyler Breeze Fandango. Eva Marie, Vaudevillains, Eric Rowan, Mojo Rawley, Carmella. But the two that I mentioned, Mojo, Rawley, and Carmella, are drafted from NXT. Now, I do want to mention, though, there are superstars that were not picked by brands. The only active one listed is Heath Slater. He was not picked by either brand, so I don't know what's going to happen to him. There's also some inactive stars that I want to mention. The Rock, he wasn't drafted. Emma, Luke Harper, who's currently injured. Nikki Bella, who's I believe injured, recovering. Rosa Mendez, Ryback, Tamina, Triple H, Tyson Kidd, and The Undertaker. Now, Undertaker has really just been popping up for WrestleMania. Triple H, don't know what's going to happen to him. Tyson Kidd's been injured, though. It's kind of hard to say what will happen. But yes, as mentioned, for the tag teams that are broken up, the Wyatt family, the club, Social Outcast is broken apart. It's hard to say. But AJ Styles said through Twitter that they weren't disbanded, but that they're actually being expanded. Now, that is possibly true. There was talk about Finn Balor going to be part of the club. Rumors. Now, I'm not going to say anything about it, though, personally. Alright, so, after Battleground, now I'm going to go ahead and talk about what I think of this draft as a whole. So, Raw gets the WWE Women's title, the United States title, and the tag titles. Okay, that's alright. I don't mind that. They get the quantity, while SmackDown gets only two. They get the WWE Championship and the Intercontinental titles. So they get those two championships, which are considered the most important. The top of the chain, so to speak. So Raw got the quantity, if you will, while SmackDown got the quality. What do I think of this draft overall? Well, I think it's interesting, really. 6 NXT drafts, 4 were for SmackDown, 2 for Raw. So Raw has a lot more veterans, and SmackDown could potentially develop these NXT stars better. It's interesting. We have Raw coming up tonight. Sadly, I'm not going to watch it. I already have other things going on, but I am going to go over the results once they are done, and I'm going to tell you what I think of them as a whole. And quite honestly, the draft was, I'd say this was a interesting balance. So let me do a quick tally here of how many stars on each side were drafted. So let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So 33 for Raw and 26 draft picks for SmackDown. And I'm not counting the superstars altogether because that's just going to take too much, my opinion. So yeah, quantity versus quality. In regards to superstar depth, SmackDown having Kane, he's pretty decent with some feuds. Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, Cena, Styles, Ambrose, Orton, Bray Wyatt. That right there, in my opinion, is a very stalwart. That's a good lineup right there. A very strong lineup. I know there's talk of Cena and Orton moving to part-time, but still, a good solid lineup. My opinion only. Cesaro, Big Show, Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, Finn Balor. The stalwart lineup as well. The New Day, it's what it is. The tag titles are there. Now, as to how the championships are going to be going about, I don't know. For it to say that Raw is the exclusive home and SmackDown being the exclusive home for the others, it's for the titles. I would, if I were to be in charge of this, if I were to be in charge of creative or the titles and how they would go, I think the WWE title should be a battle between the brands. The tag titles, battle between the brands. U.S. title, Intercontinental title, they could stay on their shows possibly. They're kind of supposed to be the parallels. Although the Intercontinental title has been getting a lot better, prestige, I guess you could say, compared to the U.S. title. I'm sorry, I liked it better when Cena was the U.S. champ. He did a lot of the open challenges, which actually had multiple stars. You had Sami Zayn, Cesaro. I'm not going to go through the laundry list of the people that Cena has been challenged by. I thought it was a good way for up-and-coming stars to at least show what they could do. I would have personally loved to see Finn Balor try for it, or at least Kevin Owens, when he wasn't the champion, actually go through with it. So, that's all I got for you guys in regards to my opinions and my discussion of the draft that took place last week. Let me know what you guys think about it. Feel free to give me your comments of who you guys wanted to see on Raw, who you wanted to see on SmackDown, and what you think of the championships being where they are. So if you guys did enjoy this video, feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe for more content. And, well, I'll catch you on my next video. My next video will be discussing, well, most likely be discussing Battleground. So, peace out.